Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Rondberg. I want to welcome you to this week's video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Ken Fisher's ad on annuities. Now, this is probably the number one question I get is, why do people hate annuities? Ken Fisher has been running an advertisement forever saying, I hate annuities are terrible, you should hate annuities. You know, he just is bashing annuities all the time. So people naturally go, oh my God, annuities must be bad. I hear that all the time. I see it everywhere, right? Now, why is Ken Fisher doing that? Because Ken Fisher is somebody who has an investment firm where he manages assets for fees and his advisors manage assets for fees. Year over year, the data is showing more and more Americans are turning to annuities once again. Back in the Great Depression, when banks were failing, Americans were turning to insurance companies because they trusted them more than banks. You're seeing that same thing happen again today. And so what's happening is these big investment firms are actually losing market share in the billions to annuities. So Ken Fisher is on the warpath trying to say, hey, you should hate annuities. Let me tell you why. Now, here's what's ironic, and I'm not gonna go too far into this without starting the video, but what's ironic is I've talked to people who have been prospected by Fisher Investments. And what I've come to learn is that they only work with people with a net worth, an investable net worth, meaning your assets are 500,000 or up. What's interesting about that is if you don't have 500,000 in assets, you could be a really good person for an annuity. Now, I'm not saying that annuities are for people with less money. I'm not saying that annuities don't work for wealthy people. You can find many cases where ultra wealthy families use annuities all the time. There's things called charitable gift annuities. There's a ton of application for annuities for wealthy families. There's a lot of application for people who want to make sure they don't run out of money and are concerned because they don't have as much for retirement. So again, by coming out and making a blanket statement saying you should hate annuities and they're all bad, that right there to me is not objective. That's an opinion. And to me, that disqualifies you from being somebody who can really be looking out for my best interest, because you're on the path saying that you should hate these and you should come work with me and now I can do things better. Let's watch the video. I haven't actually seen this. I've heard a lot about it, but I want to watch it and see what he says. Okay, let's dive in.
We don't sell annuities. I would die and go to hell before I would sell an annuity.
Whoa! That's somebody who I'm excited to spend time with and work with, by the way. I want to be around that level of energy. I would die and go to hell before I would sell an annuity. Okay, I don't even know how to unpack that, but I think it's a little dramatic, honestly, and a little just intense. I mean, they just serve their income. I mean, would you die and go to hell before you take a Social Security check? Would you die and go to hell before you take a pension? In fact, whenever I do an event and I ask people, do you have a pension? They go, I wish I had a pension. The people with pensions go, oh my God, I'm so grateful for my pension, right? An annuity is a lifetime stream of income similar to a pension. So I don't know what's so bad about that. Let's find out.
Most annuities have nosebleed level fees, don't do what the customer thinks they do, have tremendous tax problems, are hard to get out of once you're in them, and are extremely confusing with a contract that's about that thick.
Okay, he says most annuities have nosebleed level fees. By the way, on the screen, you can see that his little brochure is saying variable annuities. Let's talk about this for a second. There are multiple types of annuities. There are single premium immediate annuities. There are fixed annuities. There are fixed index annuities. There are these variable annuities that his brochure was referencing, right? Now, if you look at these products, some of them are spread products like single premium immediate annuities or SPIAs, right? They're just income vehicles. There are no fees. They're based on a spread. Some are fixed annuities, which are just an interest rate and a term. There's no fee. There's surrender charges if you cash out early, but there's no fee every year. There's index annuities that also many of them don't have a fee. Now you can add fees for benefits, but out of those 4 different types of annuities, 3 of them don't actually even have fees at all if you don't want. I don't know what his definition of most is, but 3 out of 4 don't even have fees. So that's weird. He said that there's tremendous tax problems. Annuities offer tax deferral. So again, for people who are buying CDs in their highest earning years, they're getting taxed on those interest rates. If you switch that to a fixed annuity, you can defer the tax until you retire. And if you're in a lower tax bracket in retirement, that could actually be an advantage of using the tax benefits of an annuity. Now, I'm not a CPA, that's not tax advice. I'm just saying that's one use case of how annuities could offer a potential solution to actually lower your taxable interest rate. So I think it's just overgeneralization. Like to say most or all, or they're extremely hard to get out of. There's annuities that are 12 months long. There's annuities with no surrender charges. There's annuities with return of premium where you can get all your money back whenever you want. You can just add the rider and get your money back anytime you want for any reason, whenever you want, all of it. This kind of stuff, it bothers me. It really does. This is like marketing, and let's continue on. Now, he says that the contracts are this thick and they're super confusing. I've delivered, I don't know, hundreds of annuities. I've never seen one this thick, ever. Not one. I mean, maybe like that thick, but again, that's semantics. Who cares? This thick, that thick. I mean, it's a contract. That's what you're getting, and most of it's definitions. They're defining all the different terms for you in case you want to look them up. There's an application that's included. There's a data page that's included. There's different annuitization tables and different ways you can take your income included. Sometimes there's an illustration. It just depends on what you purchased. But again, this is full of overgeneralizations as far as I'm concerned, and actually I think very misleading for consumers. We are only 19 seconds in.
These products are not made to benefit the customer. The real winner is the salesperson. Anything you want to do with annuities, there's a better way to do.
Okay, so anything you want to do with annuities, there's a better way to do. So again, annuities' primary goal is to provide income. I mean, that's really at its core what they do. They provide principal protection and income for the most part. Their overall general areas of strength in terms of financial products, I guess there's better ways to do that, is what he's saying. So I'd like to see what those are. I don't know what could provide income for somebody's entire life the way an annuity can. In fact, I don't know another vehicle that could do that. So I don't know what he's talking about there. And then saying that they're only benefiting the salesperson, like he's selling his services. I don't understand this. This is kind of not clear to me. Let's finish the ad though.
Call now for your informative free report, Annuity Insights, created for you by Forbes columnist and legendary money manager, Ken Fisher.
You can achieve your investment goals, and Fisher Investments can help you get there.
Call now for your free report and learn the 9 questions every annuity investor should ask.
Okay, and then it just seems to kind of run out there. So, okay, I mean, it's an ad. It's very effective. I will give him that. And I like that, if I can give him a couple compliments here, I'll say this. I like that he chose to be so polarizing because he wants to grow his business. And I think that that's an effective marketing strategy. I like it in the sense that I think it's a good marketing strategy. Do I think it's good for people overall? No, I think it's actually bad, and I don't like it for that reason. I don't like it because it's very misleading, and I don't like it because people are actually getting their education from advertisements. I mean, it's natural, right? Like everybody goes online, you hear like a little soundbite, and then all of a sudden, boom, that gets stored in your brain, and that's like, what you use for your base of knowledge going forward. We all do that, but this is dangerous. It really is. This is dangerous for people to be listening to and watching. There's people that could benefit from annuities that just heard that and go, oh my gosh, a salesperson tried to rip me off with an annuity. It's just not the case. I mean, at the end of the day, I offer annuities, okay? I'm not saying that they're the greatest thing in the world. I'm not saying that they can do things, that you can't do with other things. I'm just trying to balance the scales here, right? I mean, let's just try to be objective, right? These are all financial tools. I don't think they're good or bad. I mean, it's not like these are like scams. It's not like you're selling things that people are just going to lose all their money in. They're things that offer protection for a lifetime. If you don't want your grandparents to run out of money, you would love it if a salesperson came along, an agent, and helped them with an annuity to protect them. Like if you found out somebody came along proactively, went to your grandmother before your grandfather passed, and said, hey, you know what, you should put a portion of your money into this annuity, it'll guarantee your income for the rest of your life, and it'll protect you so you don't run out of money. And that happened, and now your grandma's living confidently on that check she gets every month. Is that a bad thing? Like, I don't understand this at all. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It actually kind of frustrates me. So overall, I try to give him a compliment in the sense that he's a good marketer. I don't like the way he approached it, and I don't like what this is doing for consumers, so I want to comment on it. Those are my honest thoughts. I would love, by the way, to see Ken Fisher debate somebody who talks about and uses annuities. I think that would be very interesting to actually get the details out there and see what's actually the truth and what's actually just marketing strategy. That would be interesting to me. So if you would like to see that, comment down below. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button. I come out with a video on retirement every single week. Please like the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.